Hey, Jean Paul. Hey, Blown Dart. Brandon, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Brandon, did you have to do any modifications to your catch can when you added the Pro Charger? No, no. But I do suggest going with one that has a breather on it. That'll help a little bit with the crankcase pressure stuff. And that seems to be what I'm having a little bit of a problem with, because I do get a little bit of oil up on the hood and on the inside a little bit. So I do get a little bit of blowout of oil. So I would definitely get something with a breather on it. Mine unfortunately does not have a breather on it, but I would get one. I would get one with a breather on it for sure. John Paul, we're gonna get into that in a minute. We'll get into that in a minute. We'll give people. I know it's a little after 9 right now. We'll give people a few more, one more minute to hop in, and then we'll go into the usual. I'll rattle my gums about what's going to happen. We do have a little bit of bad news. Hopefully, turn to good news tomorrow. We'll see. Um, and we'll kind of go from there. But all right, let's get started. Do you have an opinion on Boostain? I used Boostain when I was NA. I used Boostain a lot. I used it for year and a half, 2 years. No problem with Boostain. But I'll tell you what's going to happen is your pistons and your spark plugs are going to turn orange, and that's just because of the chemicals that they use in Boostain. It's normal. It happens. So don't be surprised if you do go Boostain and use Boostain. Your stuff will turn orange. But yep, like I said, matter of fact, I think I got some still in the garage if I'm not mistaken. I may have a few bottles in the garage. Alex, tint looks good. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I know it took me over 6 years to do it, to do it, but I finally got it done. Brandon, 5'7", plan on doing a 6'4" intake. Good deal. Good deal. And Pro Charger, perfect. If you don't have a shaker, I'm not sure if the Z bracket's going to get in the way or not. It might. I know it definitely gets in the way of my car, because of the shaker. The shaker gets in the way of that Z bracket. I know you got to relocate the coolant tank over that area as well, so it might not. I'm not 100% sure, Brandon. All right, APG, thanks, brother. Thanks, bro. Like I said, that's been over 6 years for that one coming. But I appreciate it, brother. Hey, Mopar Matt, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, that front end is super, super low. We'll find out if that's going to be an issue at the track here really soon. All right, so I saw the question earlier. Am I going to the track soon? Well, that's kind of a double-edged sword question right now. Um, we only got 9 people in the chat, so kind of a spoiler alert. I had a problem, not with the fueling system, but the electrical part of the fueling system. I had my fuse block almost melt into nothing today as I was going out to do something. Oh, put new tires, new street tires on Shake and Bake. I was just putting the same ones, AZ 850s, 315, 3520s, Aturo AZ850s. They're just a great tire, great cheap tire. They were 138 bucks a piece from Walmart. So there's what I run on the street. But yeah, I was on my way to get those tires put on, and I don't know what happened. I hadn't made any changes to the car. It just one of those things that just decided to happen out of the blue. So the plan is tomorrow get another fuse block, put it in, see if the same thing happens. If the same thing happens, hey, yeah, Bean getting into trouble. Stop. Golly, where was I at? So the plan is to get another. It is in the trunk. Yes, sir, Blown Dart. It's in the trunk. So what I'm going to do is get another one, put it in, see if it works. If it works, we're golden. If not, it's gonna be it's gonna be one of those trying to track down an electrical problem. And you guys all know electrical problems are extremely hard to nail down sometimes. So Blown Dart, no water issues. No water issues. It's I got pictures on my phone, but it is it was placed right beside basically right beside the battery in the trunk. And yeah, I just don't know if it was a one-off thing or if there's a short somewhere, or what's going on. But that'll be for me to do probably most of the day tomorrow, is try and figure out what that issue is, if the new one doesn't work. If it kind of does the same thing where the wires, because when I went back, I smelt so basically the car shut off, right, because the pumps start working because the fuse block burned out. So I run it. I'm like sniffing around. I was like, man, something's burning. So I go back to the car and a little bit of smoke coming out. I open up the trunk and a little bit of smoke coming out. So I pop the thing open and boom, there's there's the fuse box, or not fuse box, but the fuse block, just basically melted. You know what? Let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get a picture of it real quick. While we're on here, I'll just download it from my phone real quick. I'm always up for for suggestions. Let's see where I'm at. All right. Let's see. Send over here. Just bear with me for a few seconds here, folks. Get this downloaded and we can talk about it. Which one was it? It's the one that's connected to the FC2 module of the 4 Innovations fuel system. Yeah, Alex, electrical issues are just terrible to trace down. Let's see. We'll put this on pause. And we'll bring this up here. All right, so right here is the fuse block, and that's the piece that comes with the comes with the system, and these two. So this is the chassis ground, this is the power, and it all leads back to the FC2 controller for the dual pump in the 4 system. Let's see if the Let me get the other picture. The other picture is a little bit better. Let me pull it up here. And yeah, electrical problems are the worst because they are notoriously hard to find. I know that's a small picture for you guys. Small picture for you guys to look at. But here's that fuse block, and it just melted. But like I said, not sure what happened. But we're gonna try and figure it out tomorrow because the plan is to hit either Capital or Cecil on Saturday and hit MIR on Sunday. So there's the plans for racing. Racing is coming. It's just, can I get it fixed between tomorrow and Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, to at least get one day in on Sunday. But my plan was, before this happened, race Saturday and Sunday. And the intent on Saturday is hopefully hooking up with Incredible Hemi and racing his Whipple Ram. Now that he spoiler alert, now that he's back together and seems to be fixed, hopefully we can get to the track on possibly Saturday at Cecil. Yeah, Alex, I just gotta look at it and see what's going on. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get a new one in there, get it all plugged up, because it's been perfectly fine for a year and a half that I've had it, roughly, give or take. So it's just one of those race car things that that just shows up. We've said it 1,000 times. You get into modifying your car, things are gonna break. Just be prepared for it, right? Am I a little disappointed? Yep. But is it gonna stop me? Nope. So we're gonna be back up and running. We're gonna try and get her back up and running. Yeah, I definitely gotta get some spares. But the problem is it's got I don't know if it's a one-off hookup to the FC2 controller. It's got a little plastic connector on the end of it. So yeah, having spares is okay, but it's thick wire and beyond my capabilities. So like I said, I'm going to take that probably to a stereo shop, get another nice good fuse block, and then shove it in and see what happens. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, Alex. I did do a little bit of looking while I was on the side of the road waiting for waiting for the tow truck to show up. I did do some tracing a little bit. Didn't really find anything egregious right there in the trunk, but yeah, like I said, I gotta follow the rest of the wires and look and see if anything's rubbed off. Brandon, you ever think you'd do a wide body kit for Shake and Bake? No, not gonna do it. Too many issues with those aftermarket wide body kits. Even if you cut the fenders, I've still seen people have issues. So I do like the look of the wide body. And a wide body shaker would be somewhat unique. I don't know if anyone has put a wide body kit on a shaker. But it's just I just don't want to. I just don't want to run into all those issues. Z, what's going on, brother? Thanks for chiming in, and thanks for helping me out on the side of the road. 6'2" Hemi Power. He's another one of the guys in our chat. So I appreciate your input, brother, and I'm gonna get it figured out. Yeah, something caused it to happen. Sometimes things just happen. It could have been something internal in the block. I don't know, but Like I said, the intent is to get a new one tomorrow, shove it in the car, start her up, see if it melts it again. If it melts it again, then we got a more serious problem than I want. Oh, OEM wide body kit from Dodge. Let me think on that. Now that I think about it, right, I haven't seen anyone with a shaker do a wide body kit. Wide body kit with a shaker, that would definitely be unique, no doubt about it. But those wide body kits are a bit expensive. They are a bit expensive. Um, let's see. Let's get into another video. Hayes, what's going on, brother? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Oh no, he's got the 392 Whipple Stroker. Watch out. I'm sure that thing's a beast. Yeah, just buy a real wide body. I wish I had the money to buy one. Yeah, Matt, that's been my going in thoughts all along is it's just too much trouble, but now that I think about it, no one's done a wide body on a shaker. I've been tuning and swap the rear end. Nice, Hayes. That's awesome, buddy. That thing's gonna be a monster. I bet. Go man, go with a black hood and color match shaker. Nice, man. What is it? What they? Isn't the was it the 50th anniversary they did that with the shaker? Color matched. Is it the 50th, the black hood and the color matched shaker? Wasn't that the 50th anniversary? I think it was. They did that, or the 40th anniversary. One of the anniversary editions. I think they did the black hood with the color match shaker. Yeah, man. It, these people stealing cars, man. It's incredible how quick and how fast they can do it. I don't know if all y'all watch what is it, Knockout 360. He put one up of people catching these thieves on their Ring camera, and literally, if you don't have any, I'll say secondary protection for your vehicle, they're stealing cars with under a minute. I mean, it's like they show up. One cat stays at the car. The other cat brings some gizmo up to your door to try and get your key fob. And if your key fob's close to the door, bang, 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 car's gone. I mean, it's incredible how fast they steal cars. John Paul, you'd be surprised with the six rib. Six rib will take a lot. I think you'd be surprised. American Muscle sells a Demon wide body kit for 1,000. All right, I may have to check that out. Check that out, Hayes. Yeah, so I thought that was the 50th anniversary they did that. Yeah, anniversary commemorative. I knew it was some special thing that Dodge did with those. Alex, on a positive note, ordered a bunch of parts today. It's always fun ordering parts. Cook's long tubes, catless mid pipes, Borton short throw shifter, skip shift E-limb, nice. One piece drive shaft, loop, Hellcat clutch, and end links. Ooh, Alex, you dropped some big dimes. You dropping some big dimes right there, buddy. You got the engine ready to be pulled out. That's good deal. Good deal. Thinking ahead. Thinking ahead. That's awesome, Alex. Yeah, you're gonna love those Cook's long tubes. I love mine when I put mine on. At that time, I had what I had. I had the Flowmaster 40s on there. Man, did it sound good. Flowmaster mufflers sound awesome, but the only problem with them from a race perspective is they're chambered. If they sounded that good without the chambers, it'd be great. Yeah, that's what I say, Hayes. If they come in my yard, and these people with rings, I don't know if they don't have notifications on their phones, or I got mine on my watch. So on my Apple Watch, I got an Apple Watch, and if my ring goes off, it rings my watch, and I'm awake up watching. So like I said, you got to have that secondary and tertiary means of protecting yourself, because if you don't, people are going to steal stuff. It's just a matter of life nowadays. It is Mopar, Matt, 100%. You know, it's terrible. It really is. You know, and it's not just Dodge. You know, it's just not the Challengers and the Chargers and the Challengers. It's like top stolen stuff are like Hyundai's and Kias, and there's just nothing safe, really, right? Along with always Honda Accord, Honda Civics, you know, yada yada yada, Toyota Camrys, right? Because there's a gazillion of them out there. But it's just it's terrible, it really is. I feel for people that get their car stolen. I had one of my employees had a 392 Charger, got stolen right out of her apartment complex. Like I said, within seconds. I mean, it's like under a minute they're gone. Yeah, Hayes, 100%. Love the Cook's headers, man. They sound great. Yeah, all right, house. They are very well put together. The welds are great. The grinding and the way they present their headers is just phenomenal. It's just incredible. All right, all right, Hayes, and that's pretty much why I do this, right? And it's not just me. It's really everyone that participates in the chat, especially my go-to guys: Three Pedal J, Wide Body Mike, Z. I know you're in here. Um, Ant, another one. Mike Stark, my mechanic. It's just there's a wealth of knowledge out there, and and that's what it's all about is to keep people from spending money two or three times like I did. Really. Player two, how'd I fit the Lakewood 9010s in the front? I did go over that in the video. I think two or three times. So the front lower control arms, right? So the control arms are exactly the same between the older versions, so 14 and older, and 15 and newer. The control arms are the same, but the problem is the 15 and newer have a skinnier bushing than the older cars, and the Lakewoods are made for the older cars. So you either have to buy the older version of the lower, I'm pretty sure it's the lower control arm in the front. You either have to buy the older version of that from the dealership, or buy the correct size bushing, push the old ones out, and push the new ones in. So it's the bushings that's your problem. It's not the control arm itself. It's the bushing. So like I said, either buy an older bushing, an older control arm with the wider bushing, or you buy the wider bushing, push your skinnier ones out and push the new ones in. Tried ordering them. Guy said have to get '05 to own 10 Challenger lower control arm. Yep, yep. That's facts. That's facts. Oh, yours is a 14. So maybe it's one of those older control arms that you have to buy. Maybe it's even older than 14. But I just know it's the bushing that's different, not the control arm. So like I said, I think you can go to Lakewood and order the bushing kit. I'm not sure. I was just lucky. The guy that I bought mine from also gave me the control arms with the thicker bushings in there. So I got lucky. So those are your choices, man. Let him take it and buy a Hellcat. All right, Hayes. Uh, yeah, if they worked half as hard as, yeah, no kidding. If they actually worked half as hard at a real job as they do at stealing cars, they probably make better money. You're right. Jokes on them on the cats. I got you, Brandon. Yeah, Hayes, I'm with you. Love the Cook's headers, man. They're well put together. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. I know it's a long time ago, but sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah, it's a terrible experience really getting anything stolen. I mean, car is like probably top of the line worst, but having anything stolen is just it's a horrible experience, no matter what it is. Hugh, did I consider American racing headers when I bought the Cooks headers? And what made you pick Cooks? Really, when I got when I got my cam put in, Luke at oh gosh, I forget the dealership's name down in North Carolina now. He gave me a good deal on a set of Cooks, so that's why I went with Cooks. I didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest. At that time I was brand new to all this, and I really didn't do any research or anything. I just took it from Luke at God, I can't remember the name of the dealership in North Carolina, but yeah, that's how I got Cooks. Yeah, Alex, that's even worse, man. Golly, in college and get your car stolen. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Hayes, but I tell you, there's a lot of bad Mopar folks out there too. There really are. Well, there's a lot of people out there giving Mopars a bad name. I wouldn't, just because you give Mopar a bad name doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person, I guess. But there's a lot of people out there giving Mopar a bad name and a bad rap. With these street takeovers and blocking off intersections and doing donuts for 20 minutes and running from the cops. I seen two more videos of Hellcats running from cops. Um, yeah, there's still some bad guys out there, but you could say that from any car culture, right? Name a brand. There's a lot of good Honda folks out there, but there's a lot of bad Honda folks out there, right? But yeah, for the most part, though, you're right. The Mopar scene is truly a brotherhood. I've been, like I said, I've been lucky and been hooked up with a lot of great people. That's true, Alex. Cooks and Stainless do have a good reputation for that. Player two, you're welcome, buddy. Um, you know what? I can let me go ahead and bring up. I think I got that video on here. I know you guys can't hear, but you can see uh, player two. I'll let you see. I know I put it in here a couple times, but we'll let that run for a second. Hopefully, I'll catch it with my eye, and I'll stop it and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Uh, Hey, he's installing the wideband tomorrow. Highly suggest having, if you're going that far to do the headers and all of that, go ahead and get you a wideband because you're going to want to do your air fuel ratio and nail that in too. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to have it for wide open throttle tuning, but it is a nicety to have because it helps you better dial it in. Not sure where three pedal J and wide body are. Hey, I know Three Pedal J's trying to get his car together, and so is Mike. So they may be out there wrenching on their vehicles. I don't know, but I know Widebody said he's going to be at MIR on Sunday. So my plan is to be there on Sunday. I may throw a community chat out there just to let everybody know how it goes. But I may put a video together too. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I've had my cooks for, golly, when did I get them done? It wasn't even a year after I bought the car. So I've had them for probably 5 years, 6 years, 5 years, 5 years and some change. And they're still going strong, man. They've taken some dents and dings and bumps and bruises. They're still rolling. Never had an issue with them. All right, thanks, Sean Paul. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, trying to get to the track this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Steve White, yes, yes. Thank you, Mopar Bat. Steve White Motors. I don't know if Luke is still there. I know he was there last year when he was doing some things. Last year before, he was doing some things with Mod the Fame and his car. But yeah, Luke was a great guy. Great guy. Took care of me. Yeah, Hugh. That's what I was saying. There's jerks in all the communities, but really there's a lot of people giving the overall car culture just a bad name. And you know what? The police are waking up. The Supreme Court is waking up. I don't know if you guys follow Hemi Muscle. The Supreme Court is looking at YouTube and social media to be like, hey, if you're putting out this questionable content, right? Especially illegal content, like these takeovers and things like that. You know, the Supreme Court may come down on them to get that stuff off the air. So yeah, so all this stuff on YouTube that you're seeing now might not last that much longer. And I think once they get it off the social media hype, I think, now don't quote me, but I think the car culture will calm down quite a bit. Because it's just so glamorized, on social media that's why a lot of these kids do it, is to get this glamour and get on social media. Hayes feel like stolen Mopars that are given a bad name. Yeah, 9 out of 10 owners are chill dudes. Yeah, I don't know about 9 out of 10, but there's a good number of folks that are really good folks. All right, thanks, Blown Dart. Yep, Steve White. My tuner won't even touch a car without a wideband. Some tuners won't. Some tuners won't touch anything without a wideband, just because they can tune it in that much better. Don't buy anything from Dana Port. It looks like a legit site with similar pricing and products, but it's a scam. Okay. Hey, nice. This is a good forum to put that stuff out. Golly, I haven't been paying attention. I think I went over the control arms earlier, but yeah, 304 stainless will definitely outlast the car more than likely. Doing God's work. Awesome, man. Awesome, Hayes. Site called Danaport. Glad I never tried to buy anything from there. Doesn't sound familiar there. Oh, Luke is still there. That's awesome, man. Luke's a great dude. He really is. Um, Hashtag screw scammers. 100%. 2013 SRT 6.4 brand new. Never had the motor replaced. Took the trans out last week and saw a BGE stamp on it on the block. Nice. Yeah, I think you said that last week, Alex. I think you let us know that last week. That's awesome, man. It is a BGE block. That's, hey, man. You got lucky in that one. Yeah, that'd be a double win. That would definitely be a double win if you got the heads as well. Mm. Do you have any videos on how to install AFR boost gauges on Shake and Bake? I think we did do one, but again, it's one of those ones that I didn't really get every nitnoid step. Um, and to be honest, it's Hayes. It's not super hard. It's something actually Mike did for me when he was doing a couple other things for me. It was something I think I could have done myself, other than get the holes and everything for the drilling the holes and welding the bung on there. That's the biggest thing, is getting that stuff welded on, and then from there it's all basic wiring, and hooking it up to your pod on your A pillar. So I should have my electrician friend help me. Like I said, it's something I think I could have done myself. Um, but it's always nice to know you got someone backing you up that understands electricity, and how it works, and how to hook stuff up. Yeah, it's like that happened to me today. I looked at that. I was like, oh man, why does it have to be why? If something, I would rather it be something mechanical go wrong than anything wires or electricity. Because yeah, just yeah, yeah. Because you know the deal. One wrong ground or not ground something, and next thing your whole car is on fire. All right, we're getting a little slow on the chat and questions, so I'm going to go over what we're going to do with Shake and Bake. Excuse me. Unfortunately, yes. All right. That's a good point, man. When you think it's mechanical, it winds up being a fuse. When you think it's a fuse, it winds up being mechanical. That's all good. But so back to shake and bake for a sec, and then I'll get back into the chat because hopefully we'll get some more questions in the chat. But so currently, what's going to happen is we didn't have the time to get the two-step put in, the nitrous controller, the wastegate, or the boost controller. We didn't have any time. Mac hasn't had the time for me to get up there and get all that stuff installed. He's super busy with a bunch of builds he's doing down in Fredericksburg. So we're not going to have that stuff this weekend. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to give it our best shot, like we did last year at the end of the season. We're going to go out there. We're going to give it our best shot. We're going to run. We're going to run blower only and see if we can hit it that way. And if we can't hit it with the blower only, we're going to hit it with the nitrous. And if a 35 shot doesn't do it, but we're close, we're going to take it up to a 50. We'll take it up to a 50 shot anyway. Take it up to a 50 shot and see what we can do. And that will be Saturday. I'm on the fence if I want to try and put the new jet in. But Sunday for sure. If a 35 shot doesn't work on Saturday, for Sunday for sure we're gonna hit a 50 shot. But the plans still are to get all of the boost controller stuff and the two-step put in. Hopefully within the next week or two, get that stuff put in, and hopefully that'll get us, one, launching off a boost, and two, get us that definite 9. So that's the hope. That's what we're hoping, keeping our fingers crossed. But that's the new, not the new plan, just the replan for shake and bake. I'm just gonna run it on the stock bottom end until we can get all the goodies put on, and then once we get the goodies put on, we're gonna shoot for that 9. And if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Then we just move on to the forge block. So that's the plan of shake and bake. Let's get back into the chat. Fuse or loose ground. The loose ground gets a lot of people too. I spent $300 fixing my power steering and it was a fuse. That's the electrical stuff. That's usually how it goes, man. Stealership activities. All right, man. Yeah, Alex. So I guess I just hit it. So it's not going to happen this weekend. Depending on Mac's schedule and what he's got going, him and Dave got going on, because I've got to coordinate with both of them. So Mac does the mechanical stuff. You all know Dave does the computer stuff. He does some of the mechanical stuff too, and electrical stuff. But Dave does all the computer stuff. So I got to make sure not only Mac is good, but Dave is good. The dyno is open, because it's going to take quite a bit of tuning once we put all that stuff on. But the plan is still to go with the stock bottom end on the two-step and wastegate, and eventually experiment with it to see how it goes. So Alex, it's coming. It's just not coming this weekend. What are your thoughts on this? Port my Eagle heads or go with pair of T-Tech? Also, when you ported your heads, did you get upgraded rocker arms like Jezel or similar? Yeah, T-Techs are expensive. those heads are really expensive. They're super nice. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. T-Techs are super nice, but boy, they're super expensive. But if you got the dime to drop on the T-Tex, I would go with the T-Tex 100%. All the big boys pretty much run T-Tech heads in their high power cars. When I ported my heads, did you get upgraded rocker arms? No, I didn't upgrade my rocker arms, so I'm on stock Dodge rocker arms. Believe it or not. But when I got my heads from HHP. I did get upgraded springs, so I think they're PSI 1515s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go back and look. All right, Alex, that's good info right there. Like, yeah, I know T-Techs are expensive, and a lot of folks use them. So he's saying port the Eagle heads. You know, wide body Mike in his 392 and his Scat Pack, he's got stock heads, not even ported. I don't think he ported his heads. Maybe he did, but even if he did port his stock heads, he's on stock heads. Um, I don't think he has them port. I don't think he got them ported. I really don't. Um, Obviously that's the 3.2, the 6.4, and the Apache heads, but the Eagle heads they flow pretty good on their own, to be honest. So you can go either way, Brandon. Really. All right, Hayes. Yep, I'm with you, buddy. I'm trying to get a high nine now, and then mid to low nines when we get the forged engine in there. I may either one have to spray more nitrous, or two get a bigger blower because I'm about to max out the D1. The recommended max from Pro Charger is 62K, so I'm about to max that out when we put the lower pulley on there. All right, Timothy, how you going? How you doing, brother? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. So Hayes, I got a H. I got the 90. I did the 90 swap. So it's a red eye HP 90 is what I got. So no, I never had a built 70. My 70 was never built. It was a stock 70. Um, but now I got a 90. Are you aware of any kits besides the K&N Speed Kit for putting six piston Brembos on a 5.7? I want to say there's a few kits out there, but I think the primary thing you need to do is the knuckles are different, and I think that's the biggest thing. But I don't know of any off the top of my head. I don't know of any kits. I never really looked into getting the six piston Brembos, so I haven't done any research on that. But if I'm not mistaken, it's just the knuckle that you need to get. Pullman port jobs are ROP. All right, man. Son of a mechanic, millwright, and grandson of machinist hot rodders. All right, Timothy. Thanks, brother. Yeah, Hayes. Yeah, like I said, Mopar Mike. He's on his stock head. I don't think he ported them. I think they're totally stock heads on his 6.4, and he's over 1,000. At least in the carb area, the easier easier tuning. Right on, Timothy. Yeah, where you can tune with a screwdriver, right? I have the D1X, so I got the biggest one right before the F1A 94. So I talked to Pro Charger, and you can't go from D1X to an F1A 94. You got to buy a whole new head unit. for the D1X. So yeah, so it's either I spin it till it blows, or I take it off, try and sell just the head unit, and try and pick up a F1A 94. Where did I get my HP90 from? Believe it or not, I got it off of eBay. I got it off of eBay. It was from a wrecked red eye that had like 1,100 miles on it. So it was basically brand new. All right, Brandon, being a locomotive engineer funds your car addiction. Right on, brother. And you know what? Those trains are bringing car parts to a whole lot of people, man. Appreciate you being one of those locomotive engineers out there, moving stuff all over the United States, Brandon. I appreciate it. Stay safe and have a great night, you too, buddy. I know you're probably gone by now, but all right. KN Speed Factory kit allows you to modify the stock knuckle. Okay, that's not a bad price. It doesn't seem like a bad price to me. $400. But then you gotta buy the Brembo. You gotta buy the Brembos. Now those things aren't cheap. Hugh, when it comes to heads, it depends on how much horsepower you want to make. If you know how much your heads flow, multiply each CFM by 2. It's a good rule of thumb to go by. Nice. Thanks, Hugh. I appreciate that. I didn't know that. So, Hugh, for example, if I want 700 horsepower and my heads flow 350, I should be able to get to 700 horsepower with that flow. Those were just fictitious numbers, by the way. Alex, we're talking about nine and 10-second cars, and you're shooting for 12s. Yeah, like I said, I've said this before. Numerous times I've said this. An 11 and 12-second car is fast. It's a lot faster than you think it is. And on the street, a 11, 12-second car, you're faster than a majority of folks out there. Brandon, torque for the win. Yeah, buddy. It was a spoiled 16-year-old's car. All right, Timothy. You can get a Magnuson supercharger. Magnuson does have they do have a kit that goes underneath. Are you sure about the 2.9 Whipple? I haven't seen anybody try it. But Hayes, I believe you, brother. If you say it, I believe you. You can make more than 2 hours. However, if the number is higher than 2, you gain from either upgrading the heads you have. Gotcha. All right, thanks you. Appreciate that. Matt bought the diff off of eBay. Cleveland Power Performance. Everybody wants to check it out. All right, I may have to check them out, see what they got. Yeah, eBay's not too bad. It's really not. I would rather trust eBay. I would say I trust eBay more than I ever would Facebook Marketplace. I just too many horror stories from Facebook Marketplace. Where you got your HP90 from? Some punk crashed a car. Yep. More likely, some young kid with some old money, if y'all understand what old money is, either got it willed to him or whatever in a trust fund or whatever. Went out and bought a Hellcat, thought he could handle all that power. Next thing you know, there you go. There's the two. There's the difference. in the two. I don't know if who was that up here? Two player. There was the difference between the two. Yeah, Scat was a tire and some nice bolt-ons. Definitely go mid 11s, 11.6, 11.7, depending on where you're at and what the DA is. All right, boosted Hemi. Going Sunday, goals of 5.99. Man, that's fast in the eighth, man. If you're under 6 seconds in the eighth, that's fast. No doubt. Yeah, boosted. I'm trying to go this weekend. If I can get the car fixed, I'm going this weekend. And you know the goal, 9.99. If I can get a 9.99, I'll be happy. All right, Alex. Hey, you got to get your parts how you can get your parts, man. Because it was by the time because I didn't have an HP a core to give the dealership, it was like $3,000 more not having a core. So it'd have been so it was like 6,400 and then 3,000 for a core, but in almost 10 grand, over 10 grand with taxes for a freaking transmission, which is ridiculous, by the way. Um, and I got mine off of eBay for I think it was 4,500, something like that. And yes, I'm supporting the streetcar takeovers because I want to buy the parts when you wreck your car. Absolutely. Even the bearing housing is much stouter. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going, Timothy. Oh yeah, Boo Sammy, good luck too, brother. Hopefully you make it. I love to see people hit their goals. And then you just move that goal down the track some. Your goal now is a 5.99. Your next goal will be 5.49. That's a hefty jump though. Half a second at that speed is a hefty jump. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I get a 1 360 foot, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting show. Hopefully this weekend, if I get the car fixed, get that wiring snafu fixed, and I can hit the track. Hopefully we'll see. My homie got it built HP 70 off marketplace with a 1320. That's not bad. 3,500 for a built 70 and a torque converter. That's not bad at all. That's a good deal. Oh, about the knuckle spindle difference. I got you. I got you for the six piston Brembos. All right, folks, we're getting cancel that. All right, we're coming up on 10 o'clock. Let me get these final couple out, and we'll do the outro and call it a night. Uh, mul- Multiply the 8 mile time by 1.5. Interesting. Never knew that either, man. Thanks you. I know there's a lot of calculators out there too that'll do that for you too. Probably a bushing housing, but I'm not. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just a different size bushing if you get the Lakewoods. All right, Alex. All right, all right, all right. We are 9:59. Yeah, for a quarter mile. Yep, absolutely. for mile per hour, quarter to quarter. Oh, nice. Thanks, Boosted. Appreciate it. Oops, eighth to a quarter. Yep. Hey, everybody, I appreciate y'all chiming in. Appreciate y'all keeping the chat going, keeping me rattling my gums for an hour. You guys seem to find a way to do it every week, and we're going to continue to do it every week. And like I said, until it gets to 1 or 2 weeks where the chat doesn't keep me going, I'm just going to keep it open chat. That way, hopefully, we can get in. We always get to everyone's questions. We always get to, in some shape or form, either I say go find it somewhere else, or I give you my experience, or one of the guys from the IG group come in and answer the questions as well. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for supporting me, supporting the channel, taking the time, to watch those videos. I know some of my videos are pretty bad, they're pretty horrible, but it is what it is. I appreciate it. But you guys have a great night. And for those of y'all that are racing on this weekend, I hope you hit your goals that you're looking for. And another one, be safe. 100%. Make sure you have your safety equipment. But that's going to do it for this one, folks. Until next week. Adios.